Chapter 6. Wiglaf, Erica, and Angus stared at Jack. Mordred's violet eyes bulged as he backed away from the boy. What? Jack said. What are you all looking at? Your undertunic. Erica answered, pointing. My what? Said Jack. Then he looked down at the t-shirt he had on under his shirt. And he smiled. Mordred squinted at Jack's t-shirt. What in the... Let me read it for you, Uncle, Angus offered. It says New York Yankees 1099-8 World Series champions. What are Yankees? Wiglaf asked. A Major League Baseball team, Jack answered. Major League? Said Angus. Baseball? Said Erica. Oh boy, Jack muttered. Then he drew a breath. The Yankees are my favorite team in baseball. Baseball is this really exciting sport, he explained. Like justing? Asked Erica. Even better, said Jack. At the end of the year, the best two baseball teams battle each other for the championship. It's called the World Series. It's like a tournament. In 1998, the Yankees won the World Series. The fact that his tunic has the year 1998 only proves that Jack was telling the truth. Erica told the headmaster. He really is from the future. Said Mordred. He scratched his chin thoughtfully. Jack tucked his ripped tunic back into the waistband of his blue leggings. And that means the world is not going to end tomorrow, Angus added. Said Mordred. And that means, said Wiglaf, we do not have to give Count Upsoi any of our gold. Before anyone knew what was happening, Mordred yanked his sword from its scabbard. He pointed it at Jack. Jack jumped back. What the heck are you doing? He cried. The tears sprang to Mordred's violet eyes. Jack, the headmaster said in a voice filled with feeling, you have done a tremendous service for me. For the whole world. He wiped the tears from his cheek with the back of his hand. I believe you. I believe the Count is a crook, and the world is not going to end. You have saved me from giving away my precious gold. That would have been a fate worse than death. And so I'm going to make you an honorary knight. Mordred tapped Jack's head with his sword. He tapped his right shoulder, then his left. I hereby dub thee Sir Jack, honorary knight of the Dragon Slayers Academy, Mordred said. Well, thanks, said Jack. Wiglaf thought he looked very pleased. And now let us be off to the dining hall for supper, Mordred said. Tonight we are having a special treat, red tail soup and eel supreme. You know, Jack said, I'd really love to stay, but I should be getting back to 1999. If I don't get back soon, my dad is going to freak out. Freak out? Wiglaf rather liked these expressions of Jack's. And Jack went on, I really have to study for that stupid history test. So I was hoping you'd have some ideas about getting me home. Mordred's face fell. I see, he said. Are you sure you cannot stay? Just think what fine publicity you would be for my school. A boy from the future, Mordred gave Jack his most appealing smile. I could give you a break on the tuition. Jack shook his head. Sorry, he said. So how do I get out of here? You take Huntsman Path south, Mordred began. No, Jack said. How do I get myself back to 1999? Ah, Mordred said. I have absolutely no idea, not a clue. Sir, said Wiglaf, why not summon Jellock the wizard? He turned to Jack. If anybody can get you to the future. It is a wizard. How do I summon this Jellock guy? Jack asked. Simple, said Wigglytuff. The way you summon any wizard. You say his name backwards 3 times. Backwards, Jellock is Conledge. Conledge, 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 Jack said quickly. At the sound of the third Conledge, a light flashed. It was followed by a puff of white smoke. The smoke turned blue. It whistled itself into a tornado, and Jellock lurched out of the spinning smoke. Wigglytuff thought he looked quite dizzy. As always, the wizard wore a blue robe dotted with silver stars. His pointed head sat crookedly on his head of white hair. Suffering scoutish, Jellock cried. Why must I always be summoned smack dab in the middle of dinner? He patted his lips with a napkin he still held in his hand. He frowned at Jack. Then he turned his gaze upon Wigglytuff. Oh, is it you again? Piglup, he said. It's Wigglytuff, Jack corrected him. Whatever, said Jellock. What is it you wish this time, Wigglytuff? Wigglytuff, said Jack. Then Wigglytuff piped in. Our friend Jack wishes to return to the future. Can you do that sort of thing? Can I do that sort of thing? Jellock scoffed. Of course I can do that sort of thing. What year do you wish to travel to, Riffraff? His name is Wigglytuff, Jack said, and he's not the one who wants to go to the future, Jellock. It's me. I am Jack. Jellock looked annoyed. Well, make up my mind, he said. I have to get back to my dinner. Now, what year do you wish to travel to, Jack? It's Jack, said Jack, and I want to get back to the year 1999. Peachy, said Jellock. All right. Get all your tearful goodbyes out of the way, and I shall send you right back there, Jack. Jack, said Jack. He looked around the office. Well, goodbye, everybody, he said. It's been great. Here's something to remember me by. Jack reached into his pocket. He pulled out 3 pieces of bubble gum. He gave one to Wigglytuff, one to Erica, and one to Angus. It's a little present from the future, and since I won't be around, Happy New Year. He turned toward the wizard. Okay, Jellock, he added, I'm out of here. Curious, said Jellock, blinking. I could swear I still see you. That's just an expression, said Jack. It means I'm ready to go. Now, how do we do this? I have the directions right here, said Jellock. He stuffed his napkin up his sleeve. Then he reached deep into the pocket of his robe. He took out a scrap of parchment. He began to read aloud. 100% cotton, hand wash separately in cold water. Dark colors may run. No, that's not it. Wait a minute. The wizard reached into his pocket a second time. He pulled out another small piece of parchment. One more, he began to read. In a 2-quart saucepan, combine 3 cups of water, 2 tablespoons butter, 1 package spicy rice pilaf, and bring to a boil. Drat, that's not it either. Jellock looked sheepishly at Jack. Sorry. Jack just shrugged, but Wigglytuff thought he looked worried. Jellock reached into his pocket a third time. He brought out yet another scrap of parchment. This time he read it to himself before he began to read aloud. Ah, yes, here we are, he said. Pray, pay attention now, Juke. Jack, said Jack. And believe me, I'm paying attention. And Jellock began to read. If to another time you'd go, heed the directions find below. Close your eyes and hold your breath till you are somewhat close to death. When your skin's a lovely blue, this is what you needs must do. Rub your tummy, pet your gizzard, bow politely to your wizard, spin around and don't be cautious. Go so fast it makes you nauseous, scream and yell and wail and screech. Then shout the year you wish to reach. Jella glanced up from the parchment. Did you remember all of that? He asked Jack. Jack nodded. I guess so, he said. Then go ahead and do it, the wizard instructed. Jack closed his eyes. He held his breath. He did it for a long time, Wiglaf thought. He was starting to look a bit blue. Then Jack began rubbing his stomach. He patted his neck. Clearly, he thought that was his gizzard. He bowed to Jellag and started spinning. He spun slowly at first, then started going faster and faster. He stumbled unsteadily and shouted out, 1999! Wiglaf held his own breath as he stared at Jack. 1 minute he was spinning and lurching around the DSA headmaster's office, and the next minute, poof! The boy from the future vanished into thin air.